This week on Silver Screen, we're on the scene of the blood drive, have some tips for avoiding the flu, and have a recap of the busy sports week.
Good afternoon, Dutchport. Today is Friday, March 10th, and your Silver Screen Report starts now.
On Wednesday, students took the time out of their day to help the community by donating blood. Here's Autumn Franklin with the story.
As a small gym filled with needles, blood bags, and anticipating students, the blood drive started at 9 Wednesday morning.
We're doing our high school blood drive. We've got our whole blood donations going on, and we've also got our MCS Plus machines that do the double red blood cells. This is twice the amount as doing whole blood, but just a different donation that's more needed. And yeah, we've got a nice little setup going on here so we can get a lot of people in, get a lot of donations. We got a big goal today.
With the blood drive well underway, volunteers pondered how this event can affect others.
First of all, for the children, it gives them a chance to build a lifelong donation period where they get into a routine and it's easy to just continue to give blood all the time. Also, when people get older, they travel out of the country more often, or they get diseases or have things that will not allow them to give blood anymore, and so we always need new people coming in to help take their place.
I donated blood because I've done it once before, and it was a really great experience, and I felt like I was doing a really good thing, so I decided to do it again.
Well, I would want anybody to do the same for me, because if I needed blood and someone was there to donate blood, I would ask them to do it, and if it means saving a life, then heck yeah.
Understanding how important these events are can cause more students to get involved.
Not even just students in general, but it's really good to start people off young so that as they get older they keep doing it, but every single donation is saving 3 lives. So, you know, some people can relate directly to it if they've had somebody in their family that has needed a blood transfusion, or even them themselves. When they do it, you're literally saving lives. So that's why it's a really good thing to do. That's why we go out on drives and do what we do.
I think that the blood drive can encourage students to give back to the community and just make the school like a better, close-knit relationship with the community.
It can teach a lot of people how to engage in the community and help other people.
It's important because giving blood can help save lives and make people's lives better.
This has been Autumn Franklin with your Silver Screen Report.
Over the weekend, scholastic journalists gathered from all over the Southeast to attend the Southern Interscholastic Press Association Convention. I was there to get all the stories. More than 600 young journalists from around the Southeast gathered together to take in the SIPA convention.
I came to SIPA because our advisor, Caston, told us about it, and he told me that he really wanted me to go because he thought it would be a really great experience, and then a couple of my other friends who were in yearbook were going, and then I was like, okay, this could be really fun and I could really learn a lot from it, so I decided to come.
I came to SIPA because I'm a senior, so of course I wanted to come for the last time. It's my 3rd SIPA, but also I wanted to make sure before I graduate and before I go to college, I get the most knowledge that I can.
Preparing for an event as large as SIPA takes a lot of time and effort.
I prepared by kind of looking at I've got, you know, dozens and dozens of presentations that I kind of pull from, and so I made sure that I went through and figured out like what I have, what would fit, how do I modify it to fit your needs as SIPA students.
We planned, we came up with the theme, I designed the logo, which was super awesome and really fun, and we like team bonding and introducing each other and planning for what we were going to do. Like the scavenger hunt was a great idea, and it was really exciting because we wanted to make this year's SIPA our own and like put our own imprint on it.
After a weekend in downtown Columbia, SIPA students from around the Southeast share their favorite moments.
Probably my favorite part of SIPA this year was planning. The other student officers and I all went down to Myrtle Beach and helped prepare everything and decided like what sort of theme we would go with and manage social media and that sort of things.
My favorite part of SIPA is just the people, because every year it's different, and every year, every position, every aspect of journalism is represented and is highlighted and valued.
So Bailey, this was your first SIPA. What did you think about it?
Yeah, you know, I had a good time, and that's about it. Even though the flowers have begun to bloom and the sun is shining, the flu is still in effect. Mia Perry has a few tips on how you can stay healthy.
Just because flowers are in bloom and pollen is all over your car doesn't mean the flu is dissipating.
One of the causes could be people actually getting flu shots, and then they get sick from that because you actually get injected with the flu. Another thing could be it's just a new strand and people are just catching it easier than they normally do.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I guess people aren't washing their hands or something, or, you know, flu epidemic. Or
every winter, every flu season, it's kind of hit or miss on the vaccination. You know, it's usually the flu vaccines, it's a combination of things. And, you know, this year, I know from talking to my own pediatrician for my family, he was telling me that it's just this year it's real bad. It's almost like they missed the batch that they created.
Just a few easy tasks to prevent sickness can make a large impact on your health.
Our best to wash our hands more and stay away from people that are sick.
Easy ways could be either not get the flu shot, or if they come up with a way to get the flu shot where you won't get sick from it, would probably be the best way to do it.
I mean, I recommend almost everybody having a small bottle of this in their hands or their pocket or their purse, just because it's just good to have because you can't always get to a sink.
As many people are being dangerously affected by the epidemic, these tasks have a lasting influence through your entire life.
You know, and just in general for your overall health, I mean, it's good just to wash your hands. I mean, it's the #1 best thing you can do to prevent infection.
So then later down your life you don't get injured as easily or you don't get sick as easy.
This has been Mia Perry with your Silver Screen Report.
The SAT word of the week is languid, an adjective meaning sluggish, from fatigue or weakness.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students what they do to avoid getting sick.
Wash my hands a lot and stay away from sick people.
How I prevent from getting the flu is usually I wash my hands, you know, the normal stuff, you know, wash your hands. I'm actually a total germaphobe. Like I don't have like food or snacks in my room. I always like make sure everything's all nice and clean before I, you know, use it. Or especially my desk in school, I actually clean the desk in school.
I tend to avoid people that are sick. Like I know my parents get sick more often in flu season than I do, so I avoid them. I wash my hands.
You want to make sure you're eating healthy. You want to make sure that you're doing the proper things you need for your body. Going to go work out, going to run. You know, you want to make sure that you're eating your fruits and vegetables. You're getting all the vitamins and nutrients that you need. When flu season starts rolling around, it's probably a good idea to start drinking some orange juice, something like that. And you know, just stay away from people. Stay away from people that are sick.
It's time for another edition of our new series about the secret lives of teachers. This week we feature social studies teacher Kelly Payne's passion for photography. Thomas DeSeto brings it into focus.
Most know Kelly Payne as a history teacher, but what many don't know is that after school she is a photographer.
I actually got into photography quite accidentally. Didn't plan on doing this. I was asked to take pictures when I would go to different events around the state and decided, oh, this could be something I could do as a hobby. And then I started getting requests from students to take pictures at their graduation, when they got married, babies, and it kind of went from there.
I'm her Facebook friend, but I didn't know she did that until and I don't know, every weekend she puts a lot of pictures on, and they're all like absolutely top quality, like artistically done. So I see them all the time on Facebook.
I think it definitely is on a professional level. She's got a handle on post manipulation, so she can work in Photoshop and do any sort of tweaking or editing that needs to be done. But capturing the beauty of the image initially in the camera is what she really has a handle on. Her colors are magnificent, they're stunning, the composition is beautiful. I think as an overall aesthetic piece, it's definitely up to par with all professional photographers.
Payne's photography is inspired by her profession.
Of course, I love photographing people. You get to see their different emotions, their expressions, and tell a story through your photography. But I also like taking pictures of landscapes, and especially the rural forgotten places in South Carolina. Being a history teacher, I love to tell the history and the story of a place through photographs.
They're really distinctive. Like, they're a Kelly Payne photo because they're of old, like old structures in South Carolina where you wouldn't normally think to look, like, let's say, the crumbling foundation of an old, barn, or a bottle sticking in the mud, or just all kinds of really cool stuff that really shows the past history of South Carolina.
Payne's photography has become something more than just a hobby.
A couple years ago, I entered a photography contest, and it was for the South Carolina Department of Archives and History. And I was super excited to actually win the contest. It was a pretty big deal. So a little bit had to do with the picture itself, but it was more so the story behind it. I had found an old abandoned one-room wooden schoolhouse in rural Lexington County that people hadn't known about. It had been on private property, and I had permission to go onto the property, and the owners had cleared the trees and found the schoolhouse. So I was able to tell a story about that.
This has been Thomas DeSoto with your Silver Screen Report.
And now over to Trey Martin with this week's sports report.
What's up, guys? I'm Trey Martin, and this is your Silver Screen Sports Report. Starting with soccer, the varsity boys took down Dreher 1-0 and beat Mid-Carolina 6-0 on Tuesday. Moving to softball, the girls took down River Bluff 7-6 on a walk-off by Carolyn Lusk Tuesday. Baseball began their season Tuesday night, taking down River Bluff 4-1. Girls lacrosse faced off against Blythewood Wednesday night, defeating the Bengals 7-6 in overtime. Track participated in the Diamond Hornet Invitational on Saturday and took down Lexington in a dual meet on Tuesday. Finishing up, boys lacrosse defeated Hammond 9-8 in a thriller Monday and lost to Blythewood 9-5 on Wednesday. It was a busy week in sports at Dutch Fork. To finish up, we put together a hype video highlighting all the excitement throughout the week.
Do you slide on all your nights like this? Do you try on all your nights like this? I might put some spotlight on the slide. Whatever comes too clear.
Thanks, Trey. Student Council Interest Meeting will be held next Monday after school and Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Attendance at one of the meetings is necessary if you want to run for a student council office next year. Book Madness is back. The Media Center has teamed up with the Beyond Bestsellers class to create Dutch Fork's own brackets of 16 young adult novels. The link to vote is posted in your Fox Focus Google Classroom in group. It's not too late to sign up for Intro to Mass Media or Journalism 1 next year. See Ms. Medlock Green in room 252 for more information. Now here's Bailey with more.
Thanks, China. Miss Silver Fox pageant applications are due today. The pageant will be held March 25th. The junior class ring ceremony will take place next Tuesday night at 7 in the auditorium. Juniors should line up outside the auditorium at 6:30. Seniors, submit your pictures for senior celebration. Add your photos to the senior Google Classroom. See the scrolling announcements for the classroom code. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.